Okay, so welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a little trail here. It's called the Pacific Gas and Electric Trail, and I'm going to try to do it. As you can notice, we are starting around sunset, which is important because the warm weather is already started and I need to take it easy. So let's go ahead and get our run started. Okay, so it's kind of windy, but so this is the Pacific Electric Trail. We are not going to do the entire trail because the entire trail is 18 miles long. Maybe one day I'll do it. But part of the reason I'm doing this, one, of course, to show you a new trail, and two, because this trail is, I don't normally like these kinds of trails because of the amount of stops there will be. But I need to teach myself that stops aren't all that bad. It's not like I'll be stopping every 5 seconds. So I'll walk you through a few of the parts. The other important thing I have to do today, which I think most runners have to do when warm weather comes around, is acclimatize. That is, get used to the hot weather. And so this will be like my second run in warm weather. And it is punishing. I hate running already, and running in hot weather just makes it worse. So that should give you an idea. I did want to avoid this run, but then I want to avoid all runs. But I should at least stress, yes, I wanted to avoid this one even more than normal. And yet here I am. Why? Well, I've shared with you before, and that is that there's no better way to overcome your own internal resistance than to overcome it. I know it sounds overly simplistic, but I always use the analogy of jumping into a cold pool. If you think about it too much, you're never going to do it. But if you jump in just once, all of a sudden you realize this sucks, but it's not as bad as I thought it was going to be. And so I've almost always resist coming out to the track, but thousands of times I've also overcome that resistance. And the only thing is that some people might be like, well, you know, if I do this long enough, I will no longer feel resistance. And I'm here to tell you, nope, I still feel exactly the same amount of resistance to the run that I did when I first started. I hate being out here just as much as when I was that fat boy who couldn't even run a mile. That has not gone away. And one thing that has changed is the strength that I have to overcome that. That has changed. But do I want to be out here? No, of course not. I very badly would rather be on a couch. Okay, here's our first stop. pause. This one's not too bad. See, this one's gonna change pretty quick. There we go, we are green. We have traffic, not that much. So that's what I tell you when you're trying to get to start. Number one, so just do like in the pool. Just push yourself. Get on the track. Once you're there though, do an easy run. Do not try to break a world record. Do not try to lose all the weight you wanted to lose from the beginning. Just take it easy. And you'll be okay. Here's our next stop. Check across traffic. Cars there. Nothing there. So we're good to go. Go 1 mile. 10 minutes. I should feel bad, but remember what I said. This warm weather, plus carrying the camera slows me down too, so significantly by about 5%. The good thing is I'm keeping my heart rate reasonable for this heat. That was my goal, actually. To run at a reasonable pace. That will be slow just because of the heat. So I'm going to run slow and try to keep myself under 135. Honestly, I should stay under 130. But that seems almost impossible. Oh well. Go. Let's look at the streets again. We are good. Okay. I'll catch you in a bit. That's 3 miles. Yeah. Yeah. We're doing good. This run is still punishing. It's the heat. I know that I'm not even going fast, and yet, wow. And the worst part of that is that I feel like I'm letting myself down. Like it shouldn't feel so hard. Here we go. Cherry Ave. Let's head back. One thing I like about this trail, I will say, is that it's in the middle of town. So there are times when, especially if you're going to run at night, you don't want to be that far away from the world. And in that case, this is a good trail. It also runs behind nice neighborhoods. So you won't have any concerns about, questionable elements or anything. Yeah, so it's pretty nice. I mean, the stopping, of course, that's not too much fun, but you can't have it all. So there was 11 miles, and a 2-mile cool down. And as you can tell, I went slow, but this thing felt like, oh wow. It is just those first sun acclimatization, whatever the word is, getting used to the sun. The sun just really beat you up, and I didn't even get much. I got mostly, as you saw, I mostly hit during sunset. But the weather, the dehydration, just everything. I mean, it makes me, I feel like a failure because my time was just 9:45, I think. It's terrible. I mean, come on. Just my previous runs were like 8:45, an entire minute faster. But that was the goal. Not so much to run fast, but rather just to get my body used to it. I will adjust, and then I'll be running 95 and 100 degree weather without too much trouble. It's just these first ones, I still feel it. I still feel like I failed. I didn't. My brain, my logic says I did not fail. My heart, though, says I failed. So I can tell you that so that you'll see how you might feel, and where you have to remind yourself, no, I mean, just the hot weather. I mean, my stomach is turning. Everything about me just feels like I just feel like I said, I just feel like I got a pounding today. It's really hard to describe beyond that. The trail itself, though, as a matter of fact, it wasn't that hard. As you noticed, it was nice, smooth cement, and there was always a little bit of people there. There were a few places that were alone, but it was a nice area. Like I said, not much elevation gain either. Not much of anything. It was almost like a beach run, except beaches have nice, cooler breezes and stuff. But other than that, the only other thing, like I said, right now, I actually feel like my stomach is turning. I have not eaten in like 6 hours, so it's probably just the heat and the dehydration. I will show you I don't think I lost that much. I think if anything, I don't know. But I do feel like my stomach's turning, and like if I ate or drank something right now, I would probably throw up. So the most important thing I need to do right now is just take it easy. So I'm going to just relax for a few minutes, and then we'll get out of here nice and slow. It was a challenge, and I didn't forget to take it. And don't you forget to challenge yourself.